All this week on YouTube and Facebook, we'll be presenting special segments labeled the Road to Uprising 2 Special. Interviews, vignettes, and other miscellany to help quench your thirst for the big event this Saturday. Uprising 2, October 17th, 2 p.m. from Safe Haven in Streator. One of the more anticipated showdowns at Uprising 2 is a matchup pitting the Dream against the Beard. The Dream Team against the Super Beard Bros for the Tag Team Championship. Historically speaking, it's a matchup of two different eras of this company's collective history. Prodigy and Crypt, two former Revolution champions who both captured the Triple Crown on Cruise Night, against Madman WK and Rob Adams, two former FYW champions who have yet to taste any Revolution championship. In separate instances inside the squared circle of which they will compete this Saturday, I had the chance to speak candidly with the Dream Team and the Beard Bros to discuss what has brought them together and the significance and importance that are the selling points of this dream encounter. What was the tipping point that brought you guys together before?
I think I'll speak on this. Might have been at Knockdown. I think it was the final straw with me, with administration. And Crypt's not the type of guy that wants to be pushed around by anybody, especially Houston. Somebody that's supposed to run this company to the best of his knowledge, and he was slacking that department. I came in this company on behalf of Houston with the administration as their so-called enforcer. I was made a mockery of by Houston. That day at Knockdown last year, he decided to put his hands on me. You know, kind of pushed me to that edge where I've been pushed in a long time. And I had enough. For one, that match was every man for himself. I was there to win the world title by any means necessary. If that meant throwing Mike Houston over the rope, that meant throwing him over the rope. And that's what I did. Then I kind of got a hold of a good buddy out in the back. A few times we talked, you know, outside of Houston knowing. We talked about our past, our history, and we came to a common ground that Houston had to go.
Well, not only that, but think about it. Houston didn't even see this coming. This was the last thing that he expected to ever see. You figured me and Crypt were going at it 7 times last year?
7 main events.
Damn near right in a row.
Houston dubbed him the Future too, as I remember initially.
He dubbed me the Future when I first came to this company. Actually at Spook Show, that was my debut match. It was me for the, I think it was a hardcore title, wasn't it? Was that the match?
It was hardcore.
God, those were bad memories.
Yeah, right?
That was just the worst part of my life right there, man. I mean, that was,
So that's
you see
why
who I was in the ring with? Bunch of idiots.
You know, I'd go for the hypnosis too. I think that's what we did, isn't it?
Yeah, I had to after that. But he dubbed me the Future. I never claimed myself to be the Future. I claimed myself to be me. Plain and simple.
Besides this bit of work, what was the tipping point that brought you guys together?
The fact of the matter is, when you've done everything in the singles division, where else is there to go other than tag teams? I mean, the tag teams they had going on in Revolution before we joined were jokes, still are jokes, and we just brought a little bit of class and seriousness to the whole division.
If you don't think the tag team repertoire here in Revolution is great, or if you don't think they're jokes, let's just see how I took out the Daniels clan almost single-handedly.
I took out Salvation.
On your own. He didn't even need me. Shoulder injury, but you know what happens.
There was a point in time, beginning of this season, that the Dream Team almost didn't happen. What was your reactions to the ending of that match and the possibility that this was not going to be realistic?
I had Cash tricked. The whole time I knew he had that clause in there. Ever since Uprising last year, he put in that clause so if he lost, he'd get another crack. I honestly was pretty shocked. I thought I had him beat until that super kick. But then again, I had to fool the fans as well to fool Cash. Cash is pretty vindictive when it comes down to it, but I ended up outsmarting him. And honestly, it was kind of all part of the plan, because you figure, okay, if Snake supposedly is gone, this wouldn't happen. So therefore, the tag division could relax. But
I think all they were actually happy that he lost.
yeah,
Unlike Snake and Crypt, who just captured the Triple Crown, neither of you guys have won a championship in Rev-Dub. What do you attribute not winning a championship in so many years to?
I'm not gonna blame you. Again, if I didn't like you, you would have been down face first, just like Crypt was when I beat him crying like a baby. But you gotta think of something. Who's the guys that are always on the banners that Revolution has? Who are the guys that always seem to get on top? It's the guys
Poster
that,
boys, if you will.
right. It's not us. It's the guys Mike likes. You see, Houston doesn't really like me, and that's obvious from eras way back when. He's not a big fan of me or Rob. Back when he was called Genocide, he beat the brakes out of Mike. First Iron Man match.
Numerous times.
Yeah, that happened. I was FYW champion until they actually booted me off the card.
as much as myself and Crypt have had our history for the past 10 years, the ups
The down.
and the downs, and the cowbells, and the blood,
The Landers.
Or the blood.
both of us have also had that equal history with Houston. So, yeah, I think there's a little bit of stuff in the basement towards Houston.
Now, are you trying to say if we're friends with the guy or if we respect him?
I'll never go to one of his
Absolutely.
after parties because he decided to try to get girls from the slipper and yeah, never again.
You see, Mike?
I'm surprised the
You're
girl
a
didn't
stripper, would
squish
you go
it.
with him? Anyway, I'll speak on that one because now we are not Houston's friends. No matter what Spraggan wants to sit there and run his jets and his jaws about saying that, oh, we're his ass kissers. No, we're far from that. Do we respect Mike? Yeah, maybe
Is there
a
a
little bit.
.05 in this?
I wouldn't give him that, but,
No.
but he did give us a platform to perform on, but that's the only respect we have for him. Outside of this company, we don't talk to him. I'm not friends with the guy. I don't sit there and go to drink beer with him on a Saturday night. I wrestle for him. It's this company. That's what I do. That's it.
That's why Houston got that cross-dresser.
There's been a change in tone from you guys. I would harken back to Road to Uprising and the nut shot that wasn't a nut shot, although you claim.
Not my fault you didn't get the shot. You're pretty good at your job, but there's some times where you just can't get the right angle. I get it. I
Caught the
understand.
right angle.
I saw it clear as day.
What's the rationale, though, for this change in antics?
Funny doesn't get you anywhere.
Let's put it this way. At the start of the season, Beard Bros were up and coming. We were kicking ass, taking names. Every time we came out here, we were throwing free t-shirts, making sure everyone was having a good time, being as good could be. And that's saying a lot for me. And you know this from experience. I'm not exactly the nicest guy in the ring. We realized after a certain point, there's only so many t-shirts we can throw. There's only so much that the crowd can do for us when we want exactly what we deserve. And what we deserve is recognition.
What are your all-around impressions of the men known as Madman WK and Rob Adams?
Okay.
Personal or professional?
Well,
Whatever you
let's start with professional first. Honestly, you cannot take a damn thing away from the Beard Bros. Do I think it's going to be a hell of a match? Do I think it's going to be a hell of a fight? Yeah.
That's what it's going to be, is a fight.
Do I think it's going to really test the Dream Team's limits? Yes. But They're gonna have to kill me before they get these titles.
They're alright. Really all I see is just flashy moves and no substance. Like Snake, for instance. When I had my match against him, he went flying over the top rope, and what did that get him? Got him a forearm to the face. Exactly.
You know, when Madman was standing behind Adams, and he was going like this, he's used to that. I think they went back, because I swear, in one of the rooms I could have heard them moaning. So I think they were trying, I think he was trying to say, hey buddy, it's time to get this done.
It could be possible.
Not many people know this from watching tapes, because when we were doing this back in the day, tapes weren't a thing. We didn't have YouTube when I started off. Back in the day, me and Snake knew each other. He was a little rough around the edges. I was still a pretty young cat. But I do gotta say, from my most recent match with Snake, he's definitely stepped up his game a little bit.
I respect them, what they've done in this ring. And like we said before, it's going to be a fight. And it's going to be a damn big fight, by the way. So, I'll go on record as saying that Uprising, Beard Bros, the Dream Team, it's going to be match of the year. We're going to steal the damn show. That I can promise.
Now, as far as Crypt goes, I'm a pretty old dude, but Crypt kind of needs to figure out when to drop the boots and grab the walker, if you know what I mean. They shouldn't call him Crypt, they should call him Crypt Keeper.
Is there any different mindset walking into this match in particular than in any other match that you've been a part of?
Absolutely not. Not on my end, and I mean, you can answer for yourself by all means. But, and I'm going to kind of steal something, but the way I'm seeing this, kick ass, take names, take gold. Repeat. Kick ass, take names, take the gold. That's all I'm here for.
I think we can sum this up in one phrase. Fight of our lives. Whenever these tag titles are on the line, that's the fight of our lives. We will hold on to these by any means necessary. Now, there's something else I gotta get out of the way. This whole Dream Team thing. This is not us having an ego. This is not us, you know, trying to make ourselves larger than life by any means. We appreciate being, you know, coined the Dream Team. But is that going to mean that we think differently of ourselves or our wrestling abilities? No. So I just want to get that out.
Camera's there. What do you got to say to them?
Now, when you say, what do you have to say to them, should I be PG?
No one's here. Just say whatever you want.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, Beard Bros, come Uprising, good fucking luck.
Snake, Crypt, you're probably good guys outside of this ring, but at Uprising, I'm gonna shove your heads up your asses. Go fuck yourselves.
See you at Uprising, you fucking pussies.